Raila Odinga has demanded that the Kenya Kwanza government respects the multi-party democracy in the country. Now, stemming from the decision by President William Ruto to entice some of his members to abandon the Azimio coalition, the former premier reiterates that they remain steadfast in their oversight role and they will not be intimidated by their counterparts. And as our reporter Henry Tende now files, the Azimio leadership maintains they have the majority representations in the National Assembly and will therefore settle for nothing less than the position of majority leader and majority whip.
Raila Odinga pamoja na wandani wake watafika hapa. Kwamba tu waheshimiwa wapendwa, zote tuwe tumesimama tumkaribishe.
There is heightened concern within the Azimio coalition camp as President William Ruto continues to lay siege on its members to deny them the majority representation in the National Assembly. Recent elections of speakers of both the National Assembly and the Senate, where Kenya Kwanza carry the day even though Azimio enjoys numerical advantage, sending a red flag within the leadership of Azimio. Now Raila Odinga has issued a strong warning to their counterparts that they will not allow them to intimidate their members.
Our competitors were able to penetrate between your front and divide you. See? Divide and rule. It's a very old tested tactic in the military, that you divide them so that they become weak and then you can be able to rule them. So if you do not bond and become united, you're going to be ruled throughout the life of this parliament. Yet you have got the numbers, the strength to be able to be the rulers in the house.
The former premier says Kenya has come a long way in the fight for multi-party democracy and will not sit back and watch as deliberate efforts are being made to take the country back to the Moi era of single-party arrangement.
Parliament must say no to attempts by a rogue executive to intimidate and profile civil servants and security agencies. Parliament must stand up and preserve our multi-party politics, like statements by Deputy President that the DCI has no business going to offices. DCI should wait. The DCI is not going to offices. Agencies that go to offices is EACC, not the DCI. But DCI's role is to carry out investigations of crimes.
With the elections of majority and minority leaders and representation in various committees scheduled for next week, Azimio leadership says they will make their numbers felt and will settle for nothing less than what the constitution rightfully gives them.
Responsibility as Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition to take charge, because you're the majority party in parliament and therefore you're not going there as minority, and make use of your majority in parliament to keep this government in that check. And if you do that, you actually are going to be playing the role which the people had elected you to do.
We are the largest party in parliament. We therefore deserve to have the majority leader and the majority whip, and all things that go with the majority. You shall not be able to stake your claim without discussing, caucusing together, and going forward strong.
Even as Raila rallied his allied members to work with one accord to put the government in check, President William Ruto, while meeting his elected members, has responded by saying he will not appoint any member of the opposition into his government as he needs a strong opposition to oversight his work.
We believe that the efficiency of any government is also dependent on how much we are kept on our toes. So I want to tell our good friends on the other side of the political divide, welcome to your oversight role. We are ready to be accountable as a government, because that will make the people of Kenya get value for every commitment we make, every shilling we spend, and every plan we roll out.
With President Ruto also eyeing the crucial roles of majority leader and majority whip, it will be interesting to see how the election unfolds on the floor of the House.
The Azimio leadership has categorically told the Kenya Kwanza government under the leadership of Dr. William Samoei Ruto that they will not sit back and watch them destroy key independent institutions. This even as they rally their members to work in unison and keep the government in check. Henry Tende, Look Up TV, Machakos.